Thanks for tuning into practice today. I consider myself to be an incredibly emotional person. It's pretty up and down. It's an up and down way of living. And it's been that way since I was a little kid. My mom told me when I was a kid, I used to literally cry till I puked sometimes. Interesting choice. You think there'd be like some process in the body that like stops it before it gets to that point? No. And lately I've been feeling the feels, feeling like what's going on in the collective, really like having an emotional experience with my technology issues. And I was sitting with some of these feelings, some of them feeling like intense moments of elation and joy, like I'm so happy to be in the sunshine, and others like, oh, whatever. It's so back and forth. I was sitting with these feels, and I remembered a blog post I wrote a long time ago. Had to be like 8-9 years ago. I don't even know, maybe WordPress or something. And that blog post was about anger and how powerful anger can be if you choose to use it as pure energy rather than abuse it through reactivity. And all of our emotions can be perceived as pure energy. As soon as we slap a label on it, there are so many associations with that word. Sadness, anger, whatever. There's so many images and associations. But if you can recognize the label, set the label aside, and notice the energetics of it in your body, you can actually use this to your advantage. You can empower yourself with anger. You can give yourself the gift of rest through sadness. Like usually for me, sadness like feels heavy in the body, and I'll be like, okay, well, like what if I just like, oh, heavy to the earth, right? You can take joy and the little like flitters, like fairy flitters of joy, and bring it into certain parts of the body that need healing. There are lots of different powerful ways you can alchemize and work with the energy of your emotions. So that's going to be today's intention. When I ask you to drop into the heart space, what I'm really asking you to do is like check in with your emotional body again and again and again, knowing that you might stay with like 1 or 2 moods this whole practice, and you might have like 20, and both scenarios are perfect. If emotions are something that's hard for you to tap into, that's going to be your deal. Okay. Breath work first. We're going to do 3 different styles of Bhastrika. The first style of Bhastrika we're going to be doing with arms. So Bhastrika is forceful inhales and exhales in and out of the nose. Every inhale, the belly expands. Every exhale, the belly contracts. With arms, on the inhales, the arms go up high, fingers spread wide. And exhales, the fists are down to the hips. Real time, this is what it looks and sounds like. Okay, pretty intense. The next style of Bhastrika we're going to do is called Bhastrika twist. I'll cue you to get your fingertips to the shoulders. You'll inhale to the right and exhale to the left. So real time, it'll look and sound like this. Hopefully you're not on a slippery, slidey blanket. You're going to want your sits bones solid. And the last round of Bhastrika will just be the breath. You'll hold still in the spine, and again, forceful inhales and exhales in and out of the belly. If this is really intense for you, and at any point you feel too breath high, you can skip one of the rounds and return to natural breathing. I know this is a lot, but it's going to feel good, and it's going to get different emotions that feel stuck in the body jostled and moving. Comfortable seat, shoulders above the hips, spine long. Breathe down into your low belly. And check in with where you're at. Ask yourself, how am I feeling today? Don't get too attached, too clingy to a certain label. Energetically, how do I feel today? Scanning the body from head to toe. Noticing where there are little pockets of energy, whether comfortable or uncomfortable. Where it might feel like there's a flow of energy. Just checking in. On an inhale, fill the lungs to the top. And then open mouth, exhale. Seal your lips, Bhastrika with arms. Begin. Every inhale, arms up high, fingers spread wide. Every exhale, fists down to the hips. If you're newer to this, just go slow. You don't even have to go as fast as Abby's going. If you like to push yourself in your pranayama, in your breathwork practice, find some rapidity to it, some speed. Last 10. Three, two, one. Complete exhale, empty out, 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 out. Relax your fist, hold empty, and notice what you feel. Then take a deep inhale, send the arms high. Hold at the top for a moment. Exhale, fingertips to shoulders. Bhastrika twist, begin. Remember that you can go slow, especially if the first round made you feel really breath high. Go slow. Keep the elbows wide. You're swiveling at the mid-spine. You're not shaking your head no. It's just a swivel at the mid-spine. Good, you're about halfway. Last 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Complete exhale, return to center, turn the palms face up in the lap, hold empty. Take a deep inhale, fill up, belly, rib cage, chest. Linger at the top. No bandhas, just holding here, lungs full of breath. Exhale through the nose. Just for a little reset, take one natural round of breath. Deep inhale. Empty to the bottom. Exhale. Final round, Bhastrika, no arms. Begin. Yep, that means forceful inhales and exhales, in and out of the belly. If you're really still just working on this technique, have a hand resting on your belly. So that you know every inhale, belly's expanding, every exhale, belly's contracting. So good. Push it. This is our last round of breathing. Last 10. 5, 4, 3, 2, complete exhale. Hold empty, relax. Notice all the different energy channels flowing, moving throughout the body. And then take a deep inhale, fill up belly, rib cage, chest. This time we'll do a full hold. Tuck the chin into the chest. This is called your Jalandhara Bandha. Shift the volume of your breath downward, down to the waistline, and engage your Mula Bandha by squeezing the pelvic floor muscles in and then up. Holding here for just 30 seconds. You can do it. Last 10. Release your root lock, release your chin from your chest, controlled exhale through both nostrils. Begin to deepen your breath, creating flow in and out. Now again, check in with your emotional body, your energetic body. Notice if there's been a shift since after the breath work. There might be a shift between each pose. Can you pay close attention to the way energy moves within you? Even understanding and realizing that you can choose to direct it. If you're listening to my playlist today, reach over, start the first song now. And then let's start on our backs. Bring the bottoms of the feet together, the knees wide. Turn your palms face up and slowly roll down to your back for Supta Baddha Konasana. Rest either both hands on the belly or one hand on the belly and one hand on the chest. Close your eyes, work towards deepening the breath and shifting your awareness inward. Slow, steady inhales, slow, steady exhales. No one knows how to attend to you the way you know how to attend to you. No one understands how to listen and feel into your experience the way that you do. So can you do it fully and wholeheartedly as a gift to yourself? Bring your hands to the outer edges of the thighs and draw the knees to close. Inhale, extend your right leg high up towards the ceiling. And exhale, interlace your fingers to the back of the right thigh or the back of the right calf. So you can stay here with the left foot rooted, or you can extend your left leg down and out. Pressing the back of the left thigh down, both feet would be engaged. On an inhale, press up through the right heel, either pointing or flexing the foot. And then exhale, draw the right thigh closer to the belly, the right shin closer to your chest. Breathe into the back line of the right leg, the right hamstring. Understand that learning how to feel into the attachments of your muscles, to feel into areas of tension within the physical body, translates as the experience of feeling into your emotional body. Oftentimes we store emotions as physical density. So that know that you can go to a dense sweet spot, like somewhere tight in the back of the right hamstring, and imagine that energy dispersing outward, up and down the length of the leg. Maybe if some of it's ready to be released, down through the right sit bone and into the ground. Every opportunity you have during this Hatha, close your eyes and play with those energetics, moving awareness, moving energy throughout. Good. On an exhale, half happy baby. Bend your right knee up towards your right armpit. Grab the inner edge of your right ankle. Pull the right knee down to the side of the torso. If you can grab the outer edge of the foot, go for it. Flex your left foot. Press the back of the left thigh down. Pull the right knee down to the side of your body and feel the stretch in the groin. One day, the back of the left thigh will touch the ground, and that's kind of like what I want you to visualize. Keep pressing, pressing, pressing the musculature of the back of the left leg towards the earth. Breathe here, down into the low belly. Both feet are active. Inhale, extend your right leg high. Exhale, hover your left heel. Inhale, reach both arms, all 10 fingers forward, and peel the shoulder blades off the mat. Feel the abdominal wall engage. Tuck the chin slightly, lengthen the back of the neck. Flex both feet, both legs as long as you can get them. Breathe here, and pull your belly button in towards the spine at the bottom of your exhales. Good. Take another inhale here. Exhale, relax everything down. Right heel down, back of the head down. Lengthen the body to the ground. Bend both knees. Bring the bottoms of the feet onto the mat. Inhale your left leg high. Exhale, interlace your fingers, the back of the left thigh or calf. And if you're a little more open in the hamstrings, the hip flexors, maybe you want to extend your right leg, bless you, extend your right leg down and out. Both feet are active, both legs are active. So while the back of the right thigh is pressing down, you're using the musculature of the arms and the left leg to pull your left leg in. Now, if you find yourself holding a pose and zoning out, going somewhere other than here and now, know that in doing this, you're taking steps further away from connecting to the true self, to consciousness itself. Consciousness can only exist here and now. So even if you're uncomfortable, even if you're like, oh, tight hamstrings, or like emotionally uncomfortable, the best medicine you could give yourself is to be here and feel it. Rather than entertaining all the possibilities of the past or the future, just like sitting with what it is in this moment. In doing that, you begin to gather knowledge, gather information about the energetics of it. The mind is what creates past and future. Consciousness anchors into the present. On an exhale, half happy baby, left knee towards left armpit. Grab the inner edge of the ankle or outer edge of the foot. You're basically pulling your left knee down to the side of the torso. You can continue to have that right knee bent, the right foot rooted, or if the right leg is an extension, press the back of the right leg down. The right foot shouldn't look relaxed. Breathe. Down into the low belly, the hip space, the pelvic bowl. Can you put full intention into some of the smallest actions, some of the easiest poses? If you do that here, maybe you'll find yourself enjoying simple acts like drinking from a cup of water. What kind of energy, what kind of spontaneous joy the simplicities can bring. On an inhale, left leg high. Exhale, right heel hovers. Inhale, reach both arms, all 10 fingers forward. Peel the shoulder blades off the ground. Tuck the chin slightly. Abdominal walls engaged. Press out through both heels. Your leg should be, the musculature of the leg should be solid, engaged. And breathe here. Inhale is lifting the heart. Exhale is pulling the belly button in. Can you cultivate a little patience? Rather than being like, yeah, next thing. Can you feel the heat in the belly and appreciate that cultivation of energy? Take an inhale here. Exhale, both heels down. Release the crown of the head down on the ground. Inhale, take a full body stretch. Legs long, arms long, lengthen. Exhale, gather your knees into your chest. And begin to rock and roll back and forth down the length of the mat, length of the spine, back and forth, back and forth. Gain enough momentum to cross at the ankles, plant your palms, and hop back to a high plank. Phalakasana. Shoulders are stacked above the wrist, fingers spread wide. Press down into the balls of both feet. Feet are hip width distant apart. Feel the kneecaps lifted, the quadriceps engaged. Engage your low belly and squeeze your glutes simultaneously so you feel the pelvis neutralize and stabilize. Shoulders away from the ears. Neck long, spine long. Breathe. Inhale, your right leg hovers. Exhale, right knee to nose, tiger pose. Draw it in, round through the back body. Come high on the ball of the left foot. Tuck the chin tightly. Feel the core engage, the back body open. Inhale to look forward. Exhale to step forward. Pyramid stance. Shorten your stance and turn your back foot to a 45-degree angle. Press down to both feet. Lengthen your spine. Inhale. Exhale, sweep your arms back. Grab opposite elbows. Inhale, roll the shoulder blades down and back. Exhale, fold over your right leg. Maintain that external rotation of the shoulders so you're dropping your shoulders away from the ears. Chin is tucked. If you have the intense wobbles this morning, you can just bring your hands down to the ground. Press through both feet. Pada Bandha is engaged, which means the arches of your feet are actively lifted. Regulate the breath. Can you choose to go deeper and deeper into yourself from moment to moment? Even if the mind has an alternate patterning, like, oh, you keep wanting to go somewhere other besides here and now, just be loving, compassionate, encouraging to yourself. Like, here we are again, feet on the ground. From the fold forward, reach both arms straight back. Engage the low belly, lengthen the crown of your head towards the top of the right foot. Reach through all 10 fingers. If your hands are already past the left leg, grab around the left leg. If not, continuously reach in space. Breathe. Exhale, release both hands down, bend the right knee. Step the ball of the left foot back. Inhale, extend the right leg and hover it in a high plank. Exhale, right knee to right armpit. Shift your weight forward so your weight is in your fingertips rather than the heels of the palms. Come high on the ball of the left foot. Take an inhale. Exhale, step your right foot to the outside of the right hand. Please keep the back knee lifted. We're very early on in practice. If you'd like to go deeper into the hip stretch, come down to the forearms. Press down into your right heel, squeeze your right knee towards your right armpit. Encourage the right hip back. Press down into the ball of the left foot, encourage the back of the left knee up towards the ceiling or the sky above. Lengthen both sides of the neck. Keep the spine, the musculature along the spine engaged and the breath steady. If you're using your forearms as weight bearing, I always suggest having the palms face down and shoulder width apart. So you're kind of prepping for your other poses, right? Shoulder stand, dolphin. All of our asana practices are building upon each other. Breathe here. Simplicity in the poses and intricacy in energetic awareness. What is happening within the body? Ask yourself again and again, because it does change from moment to moment. If you're on your forearms, come up to your palms. Inhale your right leg up and back, three-legged dog. Press your chest towards your left shin. Hang out here. Your hips should be level. Right pinky toes pointing down. Press your left heel towards the ground and your chest towards your left shin. To get a stretch in the left calf muscle and maybe the left hamstring a little more. Breathe. On an exhale, bend your right knee and stack your right hip over your left. Now encourage the right shoulder down so you get that opening at the front of the right hip. And if you feel very little here and you find yourself to be pretty flexible, you can drop down to the left forearm. Breathe. Inhale to lift the forearm up, re-extend the right leg so the hips are level. Exhale, right foot down to the ground, shift forward to a high plank. Inhale, your left leg hovers. Squeeze the left glute. Exhale, left knee to nose, tiger pose. Round through the back body, shift your shoulders forward. Come high onto the ball of the right foot. Squeeze it in. Puff up through the back of the heart space. Press through the fingertips. Inhale, look forward. Exhale, step forward. Pyramid pose, back foot at a 45-degree angle. Inhale, straighten the front leg, lengthen the spine. Exhale, sweep the arms back. Grab the other elbow, so the one that feels awkward to grab, and then inhale, roll the shoulder blades down and back, lengthen. Exhale, bow over the left leg. If this is a little too hard to balance for you, you can walk the left foot out to the left a few inches, and if it's still too much, you can bring your hands down to the ground. Press the center of both heels, fan the toes out. Every inhale, the spine lengthens a little bit, and every exhale, you fold a little deeper. And you always hear me cue this in the postures. I say, inhale this and exhale a little deeper. Exhale, surrender. What if we could treat our emotions in that same way? Like inhale, acknowledge that emotion, and exhale to dive right into it. Rather than clinging to it or resisting it. Experiencing this union with it. Surrendering to the fact that it's there. And really asking how it's showing up, where it's showing up. Emotions as an energetically empowering practice. Inhale, lift the chest halfway. My bad. Exhale, fold again. Stay in the fold. Inhale, extend the arms back as you fold. Good. Engage your low belly. Lengthen the spine. Reach the arms past the back leg. Past it. Really reach. And if you already find the fingertips are past the right leg, then you can grab hold of it. If not, keep reaching. Keep pressing into both feet. If you have hold of the back of the right leg, pull on it. Pull yourself into a deeper fold. Breathe here. On an exhale, hands release down to frame the left foot. Tuck the back toes. Inhale, extend your left leg back so it's hovering in a high plank. Exhale, left knee to left armpit. Squeeze it up in. Hold. Press through the fingertips. And then step your left foot to the outside of your left hand. Keep the back knee lifted and active. Option to come down to your forearms for more depth. Rather than dropping the knee out, I want you to squeeze your left knee up towards your left armpit. Press with the ball of the right foot to activate the right leg. Feel the right quadricep engaged. And then breathe down into the hips. Quality time with the heart space. What does that look like? Not reaching outside of yourself, but tapping into yourself. It might be uncomfortable, especially if the mind isn't used to that action, isn't used to that choice. Explore it anyways. Know that you are capable of holding the container for whatever it is that arises. If you're on your forearms, come up to your palms. Press down into your fingertips. Inhale, left leg up and back, three-legged dog. Hips level for this first one. Make sure the left pinky toe is pointing down. Press your right heel towards the ground. Press your chest towards your right shin and breathe. Feeling a stretch in the back of the right leg, maybe even the right calf muscle. On an exhale, bend your left knee, stack your left hip over the right so the pelvis opens up to the left side wall. Encourage the left shoulder down. And if you want a little something more, drop the right forearm down. Notice if you experience different emotions in the hamstring openers versus the hip openers. If you have certain soft spots, sweet spots. Just kind of gathering information about the physical and energetic body. Make it an adventure. If the right forearm's down, lift it up. Inhale, re-extend the left leg, hips are level. Exhale, downward facing dog. Bring the left foot down to the ground. And let's actually hang out here for this one. Spread the fingers wide. Press on the palms. External rotation of the shoulders. Actively lengthen your spine. So reach the tailbone and the crown in opposite directions. And actively lengthen your legs. Press the heels down. Breathe here. Mapping out this shape, noticing the way that your weight is situated in your hands and feet. The feeling of the hinge at your hips. Maybe going as far as to picture the skeletal structure of the body. In the same way that we can move our awareness throughout the body, we can choose to move our prana, our life force, our energy. In Chinese medicine, they call it qi. Inhale, look to the top of the mat. Exhale, step up, feet hip-width distant apart. Inhale, halfway lift, fingertips up the shins, lengthen. Exhale, bow forward, bend the knees as much as you'd like. If you have really tight hamstrings, you are going to place opposite pinkies and opposite elbow creases and let the head and neck hang. If you have pretty open hamstrings, you're going to slide your right hand underneath your right foot, the left hand underneath the left foot so the toes kiss the wrist. Inhale to lift the chest up. Exhale to bend the elbows out, relax the head and neck, and shift a little bit of extra weight into the balls of the feet. Padahastasana. Every inhale, the hips lift, even if you just kind of picture it happening and they're not moving in space. And every exhale, the head drops down. Connect even micro movements with breath. Release your bind from hands underneath the feet or from elbows. Inhale, halfway lift, lengthen. Exhale, plant your palms, step your left foot back. Rotate your left heel down, heel to arch alignment, windmill the arms up and open, Virabhadrasana 2. Warrior 2. Notice if your left hip is really jacked up, I want you to drop it down so the hips are fairly level. External rotation at the right hip, reach the arms in opposites. 3 deep breaths here. Every inhale, the spine lengthens. Every exhale, lower in the hips. Inhale, openness in the chest. Exhale, rootedness through the feet. One more. Inhale, reach the right arm forward. Exhale, rotate the arms, extended side angle. I prefer that you have the right arm extended to the inside of the right knee. Now use the right arm to press the right knee out, and then press your right knee into your right arm so you feel kind of like a lock at the inner thigh. Roll the left shoulder blade down and back. Option to extend your left arm up and overhead to create length in the left side body. Keep pressing through the pinky head side of your left foot. But most importantly, I want you to have that really strong connection between right arm, inner edge of right knee, inner edge of right knee, and right arm. Make sure the front knee stacked over the front ankle. Breathe. Really good. Take another inhale. Exhale, hands down to frame your right foot. Tuck your left toes. Inhale, standing splits. Press down on the right foot. Send your left leg high. Exhale, bow forward over the right leg. If you have very tight hamstrings, you're going to bend the right knee, maybe even bring props underneath your hands. If you have pretty open hamstrings, I want you to walk your hands back behind your right heel and point the fingertips towards the back of the mat. Breathe. Inhale, walk your hands forward, halfway lifting the chest. You can do it. Exhale, left hand to left hip. Inhale, stack your left hip over the right. Same stance as warrior two pretty much, but we're just on, one foot now. Extend your left arm high. If you have the wobbles, you can stay looking down at the ground. Or if you want to try something a little more intense, you can look up at the left hand. Ardha Chandrasana. Feel the heat build in the right leg. We're keeping practice pretty simple today because I want you to focus on the energetics of the body, and that means feeling the heat in the right leg, feeling the emotional frustration that might come with that. Notice if you immediately go to blame it on me, like, does she know what this feels like? Trust me, I know what this feels like. Drop into it. Fully embrace. Good. Take another inhale across the chest. Exhale, left hand down, left knee to nose, and then pull your left foot up next to your right. Inhale, halfway lift, lengthen your spine. Exhale, bow forward. Inhale, rise up, one-legged Tadasana, arms high. Right knee bends up to hips height. Press through the left heel, flex the right foot. On an exhale, sweep the right arm down and press the right knee out. This might be where you stay, okay? If you're newer to the practice, this should be where you stay. If you want something a little more intense, pull that right knee in and grab the big toe of the right foot. You can stay right here, dropping the right hip, or you can extend the right leg out to the side. If you have the extension of the right leg out to the side, I suggest you extend the left arm out to the left. It'll kind of help it feel balanced. Breathe. It's more important that you bend the right knee and keep the right hip down. Breathe. Inhale, one-legged Tadasana. Bring the right knee back into center, arms high. Exhale, right foot down, fold all the way forward. Prayer palms through the midline. Inhale, halfway lift, lengthen. Exhale, plant your palms, step your right foot back. Warrior two stance, rotate the right heel down, windmill arms up and open. Virabhadrasana 2. Sink low in the hips, 3 rounds of breath. Inhale to lengthen, dropping the right hip slightly. Exhale, depth. Inhale, length, pressing through the feet. Exhale, depth. One more. Inhale, left arm reaches as far forward as you can, and then exhale, rotate the arms. Rather than resting the elbow, I know if we're tired we want to, I want you to have the arm to the inside of the knee, even if it's just the wrist. Press left arm into knee, knee into arm, and then spiral the right side of the chest open with that leverage. Keep lifting the right arch, so press with the pinky edge side of the right foot. Breathe. Option to take your right arm alongside your right ear to create length in the side body. You got it. What's happening? All layers. Did you get caught up in the physical because there's a struggle, right? What are you feeling emotionally? Have you numbed that out at this point? Sometimes that happens when we're feeling challenged. Try to stay aware of all the layers, at least for this hour. Another inhale here. Exhale, hands down to frame your left foot, tuck your right toes. Inhale, standing splits. Shift your right leg high, bow forward over the left leg. If you have pretty tight hammies, I want you to take a bend to the standing leg or bring blocks underneath your hands. Or cans, whatever you got at home. If you're pretty open in your hammies, I want you to walk your hands back. Turn the fingertips to point in the direction that the left heel is pointing, the right heel is pointing. And bow further forward with every exhale. Extend out through the right heel. Press down through the left heel. Celebrate the power that is constantly flowing through your veins, making your heart beat, your lungs expand and contract. On an inhale, walk your hands forward like a little halfway lift in the chest. Exhale, right hand to right hip. You can do it. Stay on that left leg. Begin to stack the right hip over the left, kind of like you're opening up into a warrior two. And then inhale your right arm high, Ardha Chandrasana. If you have the wobbles, you can stay with the gaze down. If you want more, turn your drishti up towards your right thumb. Drishti just means focused gaze. Flex your right foot. Press down through the left heel. Take those solid few rounds of breath here. If you feel frustrated or fearful, can you use that energy, notice it as a little pocket in the body, to empower the standing leg, rooting it down through the left heel. Take an inhale here. Exhale, right hand down, right knee to nose. Step your right foot up next to your left. Inhale, halfway lift, lengthen. Exhale, bow forward. Inhale, rise up, one-legged Tadasana, arms high. Left knee bends up to hips high. Exhale, sweep the left arm down to the inside of the left knee and press it out. This is option one. It's beautiful. You can stay here. If you want a little something more, pull that left knee higher and grab the big toe with the peace fingers. You can stay right here. If you want, you can extend the left leg out to the side, dropping the left hip. If you take that extension, reach the right arm out to the right. It's okay to have the knee bent. Pull the left shoulder above the left hip. Steady your gaze. Feel the breaths flow. So good. Engaged. Feel the push and pull of the different parts of the body. Good. On an inhale, one-legged Tadasana. Pull the left knee forward, arms high. Exhale, left foot down, fold all the way forward. Prayer palms through the midline. Inhale, halfway lift, elongate your spine. Exhale, plant your palms, step back to a high plank, feet hip width distant apart. Take an inhale here, press through the fingertips. Exhale, downward facing dog, hips up and back. Breathe. Inhale your right leg high. Exhale, step the right foot through to a low lunge. Warrior one stance, back foot at a 45-degree angle, root the back heel down, bend the front knee, inhale, rise up, Virabhadrasana one. Breathe. Interlace all 10 fingers. Release the index fingers, cross the thumbs. Your exhales root you down through the heels. Settle you into the hips. Your inhale, strengthen and lengthen the arms. Take an inhale, move into a back bend, lift your belly button to your chest to your chin. And then exhale, launch forward off of the right foot, lift your left heel. Create a T shape in the body, dial your left hip down. It's okay to bend the standing leg, I usually do. You can stay here, or you can teeter-totter forward, creating a diagonal shape with the torso and left leg. Try not to bring your index fingers down to the ground. Try to hover. This, of course, is both a hamstring opener and strengthener. The T shape is mostly just strengthening. Breathe. Those of you in the diagonal, inhale, lift back up to the T shape. Exhale, bend the right knee, land the ball of the left foot back. Inhale, rise up, high lunge, steeple mudra grip. Exhale, take it over to the right. Inhale up through center, release the grip. Exhale, rotate to a warrior two stance. Inhale, straighten both legs and reach the arms high. Exhale, wrap your right arm underneath your left. Eagle arms, you can give yourself a bear hug or cross at elbows and wrists. Inhale, reach the elbows away. Exhale, reverse triangle variation. Take the elbows up and back. Press through the feet, engage your low belly, feel that stretch. Wrap around the right side body into the right shoulder. You want to keep reaching your elbows away from your chest. Feel the weight of your left palm. Pulling your right hand deeper into the shoulder stretch. Inhale, unravel the arms, spine to neutral, reach the arms out along the horizon. Exhale, right arm reaches forward. Rotate the arms, Trikonasana. Inhale, reach the left arm high. Exhale, wrap your left forearm to your low back, and you can take your left hand with your right and place the left hand into the right hip crease. If you have your right hand down on the ground, no problem. You can reach the right arm underneath the right leg and clasp both hands with straight legs. Please listen to your body. I want you to take the pose that creates the most energetic flow, that opens up your nadis, your energy channels, and encourages movement. Rolling the left shoulder blade down and back. Yes, like you're leaning against a wall behind you. If you're in a bind, release it. Both arms extend. Exhale, hands down to frame the right foot. Tuck your left toes. Inhale, extend the right leg up and back. Three-legged dog. Exhale, bend the right knee, stack the right hip over the left. You can stay here. If you want to flip your dog this time, root through the left palm. Step your right foot all the way over your left leg. Sink the hips low. Make sure your right foot is parallel to the side edge of the mat and the left leg is straight. Inhale, lift the hips. Press into your right foot. Press into the pinky edge side of your left foot. Extend the right arm up and back. Know that you can also just have the hips stacked. This is all good. Those of you in flip dog, on an inhale, return to three-legged dog, right leg high. Exhale, right foot down to the ground, downward facing dog. Settle yourself in breath here. Let's do it on the other side. Inhale your left leg high. Exhale, core control, step the left foot through to a low lunge. Warrior one stance, back foot at a 45-degree angle, press through the right heel. Inhale, rise up, Virabhadrasana 1. Encourage your left hip back, your right hip down and forward. Engage the low belly, and then interlace all 10 fingers. Take the awkward interlace, and then release the index fingers, cross the thumbs. Bend low into the front knee. Feel that juxtaposition. Inhales to lengthen, exhales to deepen. Notice how there's a different energy beneath the feet as they connect to the earth, and a different energy at the fingertips as they connect up to the space above. You are always capable of tapping into all these things. On an inhale, take it into a back bend. Lift the belly, the chest, the gaze up. Exhale, shift forward into your left foot. Lift your right heel up to hips height. You can maintain this T shape, just working on your balance. If you want a deeper hamstring stretch, begin to bow forward. Right leg lifts higher, kind of like a seesaw. Keep dialing your right pinky toe down. Don't rest the index fingers on the ground. Extend out through the right heel. Extend out through the arms and breathe. So good, yes. Those of you in that diagonal shape, inhale, rise back up to the T. I know that's the hard part. Exhale, bend your left knee, land the ball, the right foot back. Inhale, rise up to a high lunge. Just for a moment, exhale, take it over to the left because it feels good. Inhale through center. Exhale to a warrior two stance. Sink low in the hips. Inhale, straighten both legs, reach the arms up and overhead. Exhale, wrap your left arm underneath your right. Eagle arms or bear hug. Inhale, press into the feet, reach the elbows away from the chest. Exhale, reverse triangle variation. Take the forearms up and back. So the weight of your right forearm is bearing heavy on your left forearm, and that takes the stretch from the side body up into the shoulder. The feet are actively pressing down, inner thighs engage. Bring your breath into your chest and the space between the shoulder blades. Find little ways in which you can tweak the pose and make it more sensational for you. Reaching elbows apart, pulling them in, tracing the fingertips along the ceiling towards the back wall. Explore. Inhale back to neutral spine. Extend the arms, reach. Exhale, reach the right arm forward. Rotate the arms, Trikonasana. If you have your left hand on your thigh or your shin, just stay here. If you have your left hand almost all the way at the ground, wrap your right forearm to your low back. I think I had everybody take the half bind, so everybody take right forearm to low back. And if you have that left hand all the way to the ground, reach the left hand underneath the leg and take the full bind, straightening the front leg, rolling the left shoulder blade down and back so your shoulders are in line with your hips. So if your left bum was leaning on a wall, that right shoulder blade would also meet the wall, or at least be really close to it. Breathe. Keep pressing through the feet. Just because the legs are straight doesn't mean they're relaxed. Tap in. How do you feel in this moment? What are the energetics moving through the body? What feels dense? What feels flowy and open? And can you shift things around? Shift your awareness around accordingly. This is the next level of the yoga practice, right? More than just the physical. If you're in a bind, release it. Inhale, arms extend in opposite directions. Exhale, hands down to frame your left foot. Tuck your right toes. Inhale, left leg up and back, three-legged dog. Exhale, bend your left knee, stack your left hip over your right. You can stay right here. This is beautiful, baby. If you want to flip your dog, step your left foot all the way over the right leg. Sink the hips low. Make sure your left foot is parallel to the side edge of the mat. And then press down with the feet. Lift up. Wild thing. Try to roll the left shoulder blade down and back so your chest opens up like it would in a full wheel. Those of you in flip dog, take one big inhale. Exhale to bring the left palm down. Inhale, three-legged dog. Everybody return. Left leg high, hips level. Exhale, downward facing dog, left foot to the mat. And just take some deep breaths in our final down dog. And the nice thing about down dog is we revisit it so many times in practice, you really can use it as a control group. You can say, okay, in my first down dog, I felt kind of sad and lethargic. And this one, I feel, alive, angry, excited. And as soon as that label arises, remember what I said, set it aside and then paint the body map. How does anger, excitement, sadness feel in the body? And can you switch the cool fronts around? Can you move the heat around? On an exhale, drop down to the knees. Sit your hips back and swing your legs around. So far, so good. Bring the bottom of the right foot to the inner edge of the left thigh. Janu Sirsasana. Press the outer edge of the right knee down. Flex the left foot. Inhale, reach both arms high. Exhale, bow forward over the left leg. Maybe reaching past the foot and then grabbing what you can. Inhale, bend the elbows back. Pull the chest through. Exhale, fold deeper over your left leg. Think of the different asana as the different situations and circumstances that arise in your life, in your lifetime. What if we were always checking in with our emotional body? We'd have a deep understanding of what situations brought up what, how to move forward in the future, and what medicine best serves us in the now. Release the grip of whatever you have, and then begin to stack the right shoulder on top of the left, peeling the right side of the chest open, shifting into a side body stretch. We're just going to be here for 3 rounds of breath. Anchor the outer edge of the right knee down, extend out through the right arm, breathe. Inhale up through center, arms high. Exhale, plant your right palm to the outside of the right thigh. Point the left toes. Inhale, lift your hips. And then 3 big circles with the left arm, just because it feels good. On your third exhale, bring the hips back down. And we'll just switch the legs out. Bring the bottom of the left foot to the inner edge of the right thigh. Flex your right foot, inhale, arms high. Exhale, rotate towards the right leg. Bow forward and try to reach past the foot, and then fold. Grab the leg, whether it's knee, shin, ankle, and then inhale, bend the elbows back, pull the chest through. Exhale, fold with a fairly flat spine, fairly long spine. If it's slightly rounded through the mid to upper back, that's fine. Keep engaging the musculature of the legs. Pressing the right heel forward, curling the right toes back. And watch the way your breath and your energy flow through this shape. Release the grip of the leg, and then inhale, begin to stack your left shoulder on top of the right, opening up into the side body stretch. Extend your left arm, press the left sit bone down, breathe into your left side body. Inhale up through center, both arms high. Exhale, plant your left palm to the outside of the left thigh. Point your right toes. Inhale, lift your hips. Exhale, 3 big circles with the right arm. Last round of breath. Bottom of this exhale, bring the right hip back down. Bring the bottoms of both feet together. If you are tighter in your hips, your low back, your hamstrings, you're just going to grab your ankles, pull the chest forward, and fold. If you're a little more open, you're going to slide your arms underneath the backs of the knees. And then you can take your hands to the feet from here and then grip the feet to pull the chest through. And then exhale, fold forward. Maybe one day you can bring your hands to the back of your head, your crown to the arches of your feet. Whichever variation you're in, close your eyes and bring your breath into your back body, into your lower back and the back of the rib cage. Just seeing what there is to explore there. On an inhale, slowly roll up, releasing the grip of the feet and sliding your hands up from underneath your legs. And then exhale, scoop the knees together and bring the hands to the fronts of your shins. Inhale, bend the elbows back, lift the heart up. Exhale, round through the back body, tuck the chin. Inhale, bend the elbows back, lift the heart up. Exhale, round through the back body, tuck the chin. Last time, inhale, elbows bend, heart lifts. Exhale to round. Hold here. Engage your low belly. Release the hands from the shins so you're still hovering in space. Take a deep inhale, lengthen the spine. And then exhale, use your core to slowly lower down to the ground. You can take a big open mouth sigh when you get there. And the last pose I'm going to take you in is broken bridge. If there's something else you'd rather do, you can do that. For broken bridge, take the feet to the wide edges of the mat, pigeon toe the big toes, drop the knees in. And for this one, I like to take the arms up and overhead, either straightening the arms behind or grabbing opposite forearms. And then reach the elbows away from the armpits to really lengthen the side bodies. Squeeze your knees together and press your low back down into the ground and bring your awareness and your breath down into the lower chakras. So at the perineum, the base of your seat, the sexual organs, and the solar plexus, right where the rib cage V's out. Just kind of imagine there's a little orb of energy that you're paying extra attention to in this moment. Feel yourself grounded in the low back. Separate your knees and inhale to a full body stretch. Lengthen the legs, lengthen the arms. Shift your attention up to your heart, your throat, your third eye center, all the way to the top center of the head. Exhale to hold here. Inhale to lengthen even more, bringing your energy, your attention into the upper chakras, heart to the crown. Another inhale, lengthen. And then exhale, gather it all in. Wrap your arms around your shins. Bring your forehead to meet your knees. Take a deep inhale, fill the lungs up. And then hold to the top and squeeze your body tight. Your toes, your inner thighs, your arms, your face, everything in. Feel the condensed ball of powerful energy that you are. And then exhale, release, open to Shavasana. Legs long, roll the shoulder blades down and back. Palms face up. Relax your toes, your fingers, your arms, your legs. Relax your belly, chest, the length of your spine. And without trying to control or change it, I want you to witness the energy in your body. Notice any area, if any areas feel like they're flowing or moving, twinkling or tingling. Looking at the body the same way you would at a wide open night sky. Trying to map out the constellations. Open to zooming in on tiny little stars and expanding out to the vastness of it all. you know just how powerful your thoughts are. You can be experiencing a moment of total bliss, have a dark thought, and the whole body can transform. But thoughts are fleeting. And you can choose to have positive thoughts. Invite in positive thoughts. Emotions are equally, if not more powerful. See the emotion as more than a label. See it as energy moving through your vessel. With deepened breath, begin to bring some movements back to the body. I almost always start with the hands and feet, but you can reawaken in any way that feels good for you. If you like guidance, I like to wiggle my toes against each other or feel my fingertips. And then I'll usually roll the ankles, roll the wrists. Turn the head side to side, maybe an open mouth sigh. And then inhale to a full body stretch, legs long, arms long, everything lengthens. Exhale, knees to your chest, roll to your right side in a fetal position. Fetal position. A very nurturing place to experience emotion. Maybe grateful in this moment for the body and the different positions and actions it can take to process emotions, to move them through in a powerful and effective way. Press up into a seat. Hands in a prayer, thumbs rest on the chest. Let's close with an Om, but I want you to feel the vibration of the Om move from the base of the spine all the way out through the crown of your head. Picture it doing that. Take a deep inhale to Om. Namaste. Thank you, thank you, thank you. When you're experiencing any emotions throughout today, I want you to take the time to take a deep breath and pause and go beyond the label. Say, okay, how do I feel this and where? And can I kind of move some of that energy around? And it might just take you shaking it out or doing a quick dance in your car, but know that we're very capable of that. It's a little tool in our own personal tool belt. Have a beautiful day.